Hanging out here on Media Row, we got Dennis Pitta, we got Todd Heap, Adam Kaufman, and I mean, guys, you've been bouncing around table to table, I'm sure, a little bit. What's this been like for you?
Oh, it's the most exciting week in football. I don't know if Radio Row is the most exciting part of Super Bowl week, but
we're tired
yeah.
today.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like on a scale from 1 to Radio Row, I mean, how cooked are you right now?
We're at full Radio
Dennis?
Row level,
Yeah.
whatever that is. This is
No,
like our
it's
100th
actually
interview.
it's actually great to see a lot of guys coming in and out of here and interact with some of them and get to talk to you guys. And we're just here to spread a message about Cadix Cleats,
Well, spread your message.
So Cadix Cleats, a Baltimore company that
a nice looking
obviously
cleat.
Dennis and I got involved with it, but it's new technology, innovation in cleated sports that we think is going to change cleated sports, not just for men's football, but for women's soccer, for lacrosse, for flag football.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a new technology, a patented technology called Smart Studs. And what it does is every stud, if you
Okay.
look on the bottom of these studs, I don't know if the listeners can see this, but each one of these studs can swivel and rotate in all directions and flex in all directions.
All right.
And so when you're playing on the football field, when you go to cut, there's forces that come up into your leg. And what this does is reduce those rotational forces that cause non-contact injuries. And that was the impetus behind this. Our founder and CEO, Jack Rasmussen, years ago, he's watching an NFL game. He was watching the Kansas City Chiefs place, and he saw Jamal Charles take a spill and non-contact, and he tore his ACL. And in his head, he's like, there's got to be a way to we got to be able to do this better, and came up with this idea, and he's spent years trying to figure this out and perfect it. I saw this about a year and a half, 2 years ago on social media. I saw it. I was so intrigued. I reached out to him. I said, and in my head, I was like, if this works, it's going to change cleated sports. Anyways, he sent me a pair, got them on my son. My son loves them. And we kind of went from there. I brought Dennis in. We got Joe Flacco to wear them. And since then, Joe's become such a believer. He's an investor as well. So we had 40 guys in the NFL wearing them this year.
No kidding.
And
Including Joe, I assume?
including Joe. Joe wore them all of last year and all of this year.
He may never retire.
It
may be these cleats.
Yeah,
It may be
because of
these
the cleats. We're
We show
shocked
these
he's
a little
still
bit to
playing.
our people here. I don't know how well you can see, but just so you see what we're talking about. And it truly, obviously, is a different kind of, bottom in terms of.
So we took the innovation level of it up because, cleats for the last 40, 50 years, all the two main focuses have been more traction and less weight.
Yeah.
There's been some material changes and different things, but there hasn't been a lot put on the emphasis of the actual functions of the cleats on the bottom of the plate. And so, Jack saw that and saw an opportunity to do something about it. It's been a fun ride these last couple years, and the testing, the things that we've done. We're just a couple football players. There's some smart people that have gone and done the research and the testing and gathered the data and analyzed these things. And the results have been pretty phenomenal.
What stands out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you listen to the conversations around natural grass versus field turf, I mean, it's a polarizing topic right now in sports because everybody's trying to figure out why are there so many non-contact ACL injuries right now? Why are there so many, major season-ending injuries to high-profile players, from Patrick Mahomes to Micah Parsons to Nick Bosa, all these guys that have gone down this year. I mean, that's the worst-case scenario for the NFL. The last thing you want is your high-profile stars to not be available, to not be there on game day, and for that entertainment value for their fans. And so, I think what this does, and if you ask any NFL player, what do you prefer, natural grass or field turf? They're going to say natural grass because inherently there's a little bit more natural give to that surface. And so when I plant, it gives a little bit. Now, it doesn't give so much that I can really sense that as a player, but there's a little bit of give. It's a little bit softer, a little bit, less impact of a landing when I change direction. That's what this cleat, now when I'm on a more firm surface, when I'm on a surface that doesn't have that same level of give, that provides that. And so that's why I think this technology is so cool. And it's adaptive. If I am on a softer surface, it's not going to flex and bend as much, right? But when I am, it's going to give me that flexion and that bend to not put myself in compromising positions where now I'm going to put all that stress on my ACL and potentially have a non-contact season-ending injury.
You
And
said
so
all ages as well. I mean, how far down do we go?
yeah, I mean, you can go as far as you want. Right now we're still in our infancy as a company, so we don't have sizes all the way down to the smallest youth. But my son, who's 12 years old, he wears these. Todd's son, who's 14, and a giant wearing a size 14 shoe wears them, obviously. But the vision for this is to be able to impact, cleated sports across all different demographics and all different ages and sports and all of that. And in particular, women's sports, because, for whatever reason, women suffer non-contact ACL injuries at a much higher rate than men. And so we have a big push to, we have a women's cleat specifically designed for them. And, a big focus of ours is, women's soccer and lacrosse and flag football now. That's a huge emerging sport. And being able to protect, both male and female athletes at the same time.
Like you said, you're spreading the gospel. This is the stuff that you believe in, but you're doing the rounds here at Media Row. What's the stuff that you're tired of talking about?
What are we tired of talking about?
Who's going to win, the Patriots or the – no.
I'm tired of talking about how Dennis won a Super Bowl and I didn't. That's what I'm tired of talking about.
I'm not tired of that. Doesn't bother me at all.
That doesn't get old for him.
He's not too tired about that.
That feels good. That feels right.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm tired of talking about.
Is there a built-in, just inherent from your days playing Patriot hatred that still exists? That just seeing them back in here, it's just infuriating, even though it's not like it's Bill and Tom and any of that.
I think there is a little. We can all get tired from the Patriots winning Super Bowls, right? We're tired out.
I mean, well, you're talking to a Patriots fan, so no. The answer is no. But
yeah,
I think we're all tired of that. No. The way I see it, I mean, it's been impressive to watch what Mike Vrabel's done this year, and it's impressive to watch what Drake May has done this year, and a number of other players on the field. But for those two guys, a first year and a second year guy, it's been super impressive to watch. At this point, I mean, for Dennis and I, like when you've played in the NFL, like you're not as much of a fan. You're more of a fan of, people and relationships. And so, we've got Mike McDaniel on the other side, who's a Baltimore guy, and Dennis also, he coaches at San Clemente High School where Sam Darnold was, kind of a legend there. And so, it's all about the relationships you have and the people that and you root for them.
Did you guys catch Mike Vrabel's comments in the last couple of days?
What'd he say?
Which one?
Well, if you need to ask, maybe the answer is no.
Definitely didn't.
He was on Bussing with the Boys, and he was asked years ago, this goes back to when he was coaching the Titans, what he would do to win a Super Bowl. He said he'd chop his dick off. And so,
Did not hear that one.
Yeah, and so
my guess is he won't follow through with that one.
Well, so, he was on with Lewin and, those guys. They followed up, hey, like you're in the Super Bowl now. You still going to make good. He said, I'd chop half off, leave her 6.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Good comeback if you got one for that.
Solid culture setter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is, it's incredible what they've done in year
There's
one.
a reason he's a winner for sure. But, I think selfishly we're both rooting for the Seahawks because of what Todd mentioned. Like when I was in Baltimore, Mike McDonald was a quality control guy. He was holding up the scout cards for the scout team at practice, and then to see him kind of rise the ranks from there to, coaching at a full-time level to then obviously the defensive coordinator and having a number 1 defense in the league and then getting the opportunity in Seattle and turning that thing around like he has. I mean, it's been remarkable to see. So it's tough to not root for that. But at the same time, like, what a great story the Patriots have had.
Sure.
From 4 wins last year to now being in the Super Bowl. I mean, that's an incredible turnaround. It's a great game. It's a great matchup. I mean, this is the matchup that I think as soon as they announced that Jared Stidham was the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game, I'm like, man, I hope it's Patriots-Seahawks in this Super Bowl.
Yeah.
nothing against Jarrett Stidham, but
No,
you want to see
would have been
the starters
demolishing.
out there. Yeah.
I know we're gonna let you go. Before that, just what's next for Baltimore, and honestly for Harbaugh. Now that obviously for the first time in a couple of decades, he's got a new spot. And Tomlin's out of Pittsburgh.
What an amazing year to have
over.
10 coaches, a third of the NFL turnover in coaches. Just wild. But it just goes to show you kind of the culture and what people are facing in the NFL. Like, you're expected to win. And it's a 24-hour news cycle. Every little thing is going to be dissected. They're looking at every little thing, and everybody's got an opinion,
Yeah.
And so that travels up and down, inside buildings. And a lot of teams, like you look at the Ravens and ownership we have with Steve Bisciotti and just the fan base used to winning Super Bowls, from early on in the Ravens organization to, Dennis winning one late, a few years back. They're expecting Super Bowls, and I think kind of that's the impetus. And the leash is a lot shorter these days for these coaches, but looking forward to seeing this change with Coach Minter in Baltimore and the guys that he's brought in around him. Anthony Weaver is the defensive coordinator they just brought in last week. Teammate of mine, fantastic guy, leader of men. But Coach Minter surrounding himself with great people, and then ownership that will back those people, and really give them all that they need to succeed.
All eyes on Lamar now.
That's right.
All right, Dennis Pitta and Todd Heap, thanks so much, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.